Dear friends, a lifetime of love. That is the most precious gift that each of us can give to life. In the hustle and bustle of life, there are times when we forget that the most beautiful thing is not the great things we achieve, but the small loves we share every day. Who would have thought that a man, raised by loving parents, respected by his village, devoted to a woman he'd known all his life, would one day wake up to the most horrifying truth, that he wasn't just married to the love of his life, but to his own sister? It sounds impossible, doesn't it? Like the twisted plot of a forgotten folktale. But what if I told you it was real? That it happened in a place so bound by tradition, so enslaved by secrecy, that even truth itself was forced into silence? My name is Dat, and this is the story I never wanted to tell. The story that began on a wedding night filled with laughter, rice wine, and jasmine smoke. A night when the whole village sang for us, drank for us, danced for us. A night that should have been a beginning, yet turned out to be the start of our end. You see, in our village, we don't choose who we marry. The elders do. And they don't base it on love, or compatibility, or even logic. They claim it's about bloodlines, tradition, the stars. But what they really care about is control. They control who marries whom, when and why. And once a decision is made, no one questions it. No one dares. Because questioning is dishonor. And dishonor is worse than death. I grew up next to Tao. We weren't blood relatives. At least, that's what we were told. We played under the same banyan tree, fetched water from the same stream, chased fireflies in the same rice paddies. Everyone joked that we were like a married couple already. Maybe that's why, when the elders announced our engagement, no one batted an eye. Not even us. But looking back now, I see it. The way my father's hand trembled when he signed the wedding agreement. The strange silence my mother sank into for days after. The way my aunt refused to attend the ceremony. I thought they were just being dramatic. That they were stuck in the past, worried about nonsense. But they knew. Somehow they already knew. Our wedding was the grandest the village had seen in years. Tao wore red, the color of luck, embroidered with golden cranes. Her smile was shy, but glowing. I remember thinking, this is it. This is the woman I'll build my life with. That night, as we lay in our wedding bed, she cried in my arms, not from fear or regret, but from overwhelming joy. And yet, something didn't feel right. Something beneath all the joy, all the celebration, hummed with a quiet dissonance. A coldness that crept into my bones, whispering things I didn't want to hear. It started with a photo. Just a photo. One morning, while organizing our family altar for the upcoming death anniversary of my grandmother, I found an old tin box under the floorboard. It was sealed shut with cloth, tied in 3 knots. I opened it, thinking it was just incense or heirloom beads. But inside were photographs. Yellowed, water-stained, fragile from age. And in one of them, my father, standing next to a young woman. She looked familiar. Too familiar. My heart thudded. Her eyes. Her mouth, her posture, everything about her mirrored Tao. Except this woman was pregnant, and the date scribbled behind the photo was just months before I was born. At first, I laughed it off. Coincidence. Maybe she was a distant cousin, a relative I'd never met. But that night, when I confronted my mother, her face drained of all color. She clutched the photo like it was poison, whispered, "You were never supposed to find this." It took hours for her to tell the truth. Before I was born, my father had an affair with a young servant girl from a neighboring hamlet. Her name was Lawn. She became pregnant. My mother found out, just weeks after she discovered she, too, was expecting. To save face, to protect the family's honor, the elders arranged everything. The servant girl was paid to disappear. Her child, me, was quietly brought back, raised as the son of the woman who had every reason to hate me. My real mother was erased. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was what came next. Lon didn't disappear. My mother finally confessed. She didn't run away like they said. She died giving birth to your sister. Sister, the world spun. The air left my lungs. She died giving birth to your sister. Her name was Tao. My mother choked, sobbing now. They said it would be kinder not to tell you. You were raised in different houses. We thought if you never knew, The past wouldn't hurt you. But it did. It destroyed me. Everything I thought I knew about my parents, my wife, my life, it was all a lie. And the woman I had loved, kissed, married was my blood. When I told Tao, she didn't cry. She didn't scream. She just stood there, staring at me, silent, as if the truth had shattered her from the inside out, and she was trying desperately to hold the pieces together. They knew, she whispered. They all knew. I heard them talking years ago, but I didn't want it to be true. We were pawns, just pieces in the village's twisted game of legacy and blood. And now, here we were, bound by vows we could never keep, living a life we could never reclaim. We went to the elders, demanded answers, but they dismissed us with the same cold eyes they'd worn our entire lives. The past is done, they said. What matters is the family's name. No one else must know. But how do you keep something like this silent? How do you bury the truth when it's already tearing you apart from the inside? That was the night Tao tried to take her own life. And that was the moment I realized that silence is not peace. It's poison. To be continued.